Hello, this is Blue Storm Wyvern, and I'm storming at you with another review. And today I'm bringing you the PlayStation 4 version of the new Legend of Heroes Trails game, Trails Through Daybreak. This is the beginning of the Calvard arc, and of course it'll have its own cast of characters, which you see right here on the front of the box here. So we'll just kind of name them off. So here we have the main protagonist, Van Arkwright. Behind him is Agnes Claudel. Here we have Beauregard, who is actually the mentor of Gaius. And here we have Judith Lanster. Right here, if you can see her, she's right there. Farida Al-Fayed, who's like a Jaeger from a different group called the Krugas. Here we have Quatra, Reset, and Aaron Way, Reset Twinings. So there's that whole cavalcade of characters. And this, of course, is a slip cover, so it comes off. So we'll take that off right now. And right on top here we have the Trails Through Daybreak logo. And on this side we have a silhouette of Van with his little hollow figure there named Mare. And on the back here we have Agnes with these devices, with one of 8 devices called the Genesis that she has to collect. And on this side we have what is called the Grendel, which is kind of what Van turns into, because he's a lot like, in a lot of ways he's a lot like Reen, I would say. So he's very similar to Reen in a lot of ways. So let's open up the box here, take a look inside, and got all kinds of goodies. So to start with, just kind of take things out a little at a time. So here is the base game, and it shows Van and Mare on the cover with the Grendel right on top of him. And I got this off of eBay because I was a little late in pre-ordering it off of the NIS website, but I did pre-order Trails Through Daybreak 2 and Ease 10 Nordics, so I'll be getting those. And here's some screenshots of the game. Here we have Van just kind of lazing around on his couch with a book on his face, taking a nap. There's another shot of him doing battle. There's a group shot of them out in the desert, right outside of the city of Tharbad. And between law and chaos lies the dawn of adventure. And you can just kind of read that right there. And there's another screenshot. Looks like Aaron's leading the charge. Let's take a look inside here. There's the disc with Van on the cover. And right there is a reverse cover, and this is the digital soundtrack code right here. I'm not gonna use the code, but still. And of course there is the little mini art book, and I do have the corresponding puzzle. I should have brought it, but I'll do a separate review on it. So in any case, there's that, and I'll show off the main art book. But if you take this out, you'll have this, but I'm going to keep it on the default cover. So put that back on. So there's that. Open it up so it'll stand better. Okay, next is the steelbook. Get it out. And this is the back side, but here is the logo. It's kind of embossed. And right here is the artwork with Van, Mayer, and the Grendel. And right inside here we have the entire Calvard group. So there's that. Let's kind of move things out of the way. Okay, next is this is actually the physical soundtrack, and the cover looks like the Zypha, and yes, that's how it's pronounced. Looks like a Zypha ornament that they use, and it has 8 tracks on it. And here they are. You can pause to read, and there's the disc. And there's some artwork there with Mare and that little hollow screen. So there's that. Next, we have this little metal card holder. It says Arkwright Solutions Office on front there. And you just open it up like that. You can actually use it to put any cards you want inside. Just kind of lay that there for now. Get this stuff out of the way. Alright, next we have art cards. They're basically posters from movies that are from the game. They all have this Trails Through Daybreak design on the back. So to start off, we have Gloria, Dawn of the Revolution, starring Nina Fenley. Next we have Golden Blood, starring Judith Lanster. Sober Curious, which probably has Judith Lanster in it again, just by the way this woman looks. Here we have Perfect Driver 2. Pretty cool indie car. And here we have another movie that looks like Nina Fenley. Of course, can't read that, so. Next is Rainfall, which I guess that's Judith. There's the Rainfall title, and that looks like Judith. And it goes back to Gloria, Dawn of the Revolution. So there's those. And finally, we have this giant art book. Trails Uncovered. And there's a map of Calvard right there. There's a timeline. So pause to read. There's the city of Edith, which is the capital of Calvard. Pause to read that. There's a couple of the districts. Got the Van Tail district and the Sidon district. That's the Tryon Tower. Oh, yeah, that's the Tryon Tower right there. There's Tyrell, the Tyrell district, the Umber district, and Riverside, Central Station, and Bayou Quartier, Provincial Cities, Longport. There's a map of that. Now you can pause to read that. Newtown and Eastern Quarter. And here we have Oracion. Pause to read. Map. And a little picture of one of the areas. There's Basel. There's the map. Pause to read. There's one of the here we have Tharbad, which is the desert city. There's the entertainment district and the cultural district. This is actually pronounced as Cray Village. There's the map for that. There's the map for Longlie, which is where Reen was in that little skit at the end of Reverie. Here we all have the different types of Zyphas, or just the Zypha in general, which is the ornament, the phone ornament that they use. Here's the Genesis units, and there's a total of 8. I've been watching it on YouTube because I'm making my own little guide, which I've been doing for the other games. Here's all the vehicles. There's Van's truck. Land carriers, cars. Many different types of vehicles. Red Star. What's that one? Etwis, I guess. Bus. Here's some trucks and one little I guess that can also classify. That's more like a van. And there's some trains. And a Republican tank. Jets or airships. High-speed cruisers. Oh, that's the Alcyon and Royal Airship. There's all the logos. Marduk Total Security Company, Vern Company, Quincy Company, Ingert, Etwas, Leno, Kowloon Pictures, Warriors of Kruga, Ikaruga, which is like a ninja group, Ice and Shield Jaeger Corps, which is this shield, the Calvert Police, CID, Basel Institute of Science, which is this one, Almada, which is the mafia group in this game, Montmartre Bistro, and here we have Van with his stun caliber weapon. And there's the Grendel. That's the alternative head. Here we have Agnes. Not much on Van. But there's Agnes. Here's Ferry or Farida. Aaron Way with his twin blades. Reset. Quatra. And here's his Zeros canine drone. There's Judith. Yeah, she's Phantom Thief Grimcat. There's Bearguard. Mare. Elaine. Eclair, who was a old friend of Van's. There's Fee. Yeah, she's in the game. And what is called, and his name is actually pronounced Jin or Jin. You probably remember him from Trails in the Sky. And we have Renee Kincaid with his gun. And Walter Kron, the Dire Wolf from Ouroboros. And here we have Lucrezia Easley, also known as the Golden Butterfly. That's her. And here we have Elroy Harwood, the Thousand Oath Breaker. This guy, the cigar. And we have Shizuna Rem Mitsurugi, who's like a kind of like a ninja type character. Probably, for those who've played these games, know who she is. And if you just finished Reverie. And here we have Kuragane, who's also like a ninja type figure. There's his big old shuriken. Here we have Sao. And of course Yin. Of course we all of us Legend of Heroes players know who that really is. No surprise. And we have Ashin. And Fan Lu, father and daughter, I presume. Viola, who's part of Almada. Alexander, another member of Almada. And Olympia. Alexander. Just in case you missed him. Yeah, he uses 2 gauntlets like Leo. And there's Viola. And here we have Auriok, who's the main antagonist of this game. And here we have 2 Septian Church soldiers. Who do we have here? Celis Ortizia. And she uses a snake sword like Reese, because there it is extended. And here we have Leon Balthazar. He does give off, well, I'm going to say he has the same color palette as Blue Blanc. Here we have Ashlad. I don't know what that... Okay, the Papal Guards Iscariot unit. And Alvis, who's a bracer. Doesn't really care for Van, because he thinks he steals their jobs, which is kind of ridiculous in my opinion. Here we have Ida. She's part of Ice and Shield, which is another Jaeger group, and she's an acquaintance of Fees and Fairies. Next is Gariant, another part of the Ice and Shield. San, Al-Fayed, Fairy's dad. Well, there's the Kruga logo with 2 kukris. Cassim Al-Fayed, her brother. And here's the Montmartre group. We have Victor, another Victor. Paulette, another one. And Yume. And here we have Detective Nate. These are the Calvert. These 2 are from the Calvert Police, and he's also not a fan of Van. Next to him is Inspector Daswani of Muriel Ayame from the Tyrrell Times, which is a newspaper in Calvert. Here we have Bomardi, Bermati, this guy with the long purple hair. And we have Dingo Brad, who's a reporter, and Giacomo. Here's another familiar face, Kilika. She's now part of the CID. And we have Cody and Kayla McMillan. You remember Kayla from Cold Steel 4 mainly. And Cody, of course. And we have Jack Trevor from the Gambler Jack novels that are in the games. And there's Hal. And we have Gian, who's Elder of Hayaway. And here we have Prince Sharid Asval. He's the Crown Prince. Next to him is Najee Burka, his bodyguard. She's got a really big shamshir is what they're calling it, but it looks like a big scimitar. Vegas Film. We have Gaspard Dillon and Salvatore Gotti, a director. And here we have Nina Fenley, excuse me, and the two sisters Sarah and Shahina. Then there's another returning character, Ren. And a couple of the schoolmates. Got Albert, who I think has a thing for Agnes, and Odette. Here we have President Gramhart. He seems kind of sketchy to me. I know he's plotting something. We have this guy, which we haven't seen yet. Gilliam Thorndike. Okay. And Edmund Auclair, I guess, is Elaine's dad. President of the Quincy Company. And here we have another, well, the third Epstein student, Professor Latoya Hamilton. Excuse me. Then we have Yang Cronkite and Esmery Arquette, or Arquette, however that's going to be pronounced. We haven't seen them yet. Excuse me again. And next is Professor David Callahan. He's this guy. Next is Chief Engineer Giscard. This guy right here. And this guy is Bill Townsend. Townsend. Okay. And here's another returning character. Samuel Rocksmith, former president of Calvert. And Maxime Lugan, who's an egotistical racer. There's all the posters. Marduk soldiers right there. This is going to be a long video, I just know it. And there's four of the posters again. There's the other three. And here's some other pictures. And there's the whole cast again. There's Aaron, guessing he's in Longport, which is where he's from. There's Agnes with the Genesis, Van with the Grendel. Do it this way. I'll just kind of let you enjoy all these pictures here. And there they all are, and some giant clock tower. These pictures are small, so I'll bring them in close. Here we have, and there's Van's tech specs, if you want to read that. All different angles. Anya's. Fairy. Aaron. Cassette. Quatra. Judith. Beauregard. Mare. Elaine. Fee. Jin. Elvis. A lot of characters they're covering in this. Renee. Kilika. Kayla. Cody. Sal. Yin, I mean. Yin. Of course, we all know that that's Risha. Ashen. Walter. The golden butterfly. The Thousand Oath Breaker. Gerard, who's the main antagonist. Melchior. Viola. Alexander. Olympia. Ariok. Celeste. Another Graal's Ritter. She's the 4th Dominion. Leon. He's the 11th Dominion, it seems. Ren. Albert. Odette. Victor. Paulette. Yume. Dingo. Trying to get through this as quick as possible because this book is huge. Marielle. Gian. Jack. Hal. Sarah. Shahina. Professor Hamilton. Esmire. Nina. Maxim. Shizuna. Kuragane. Prince Sharid. Najee. Gilliam. Kasim. Ida. Here's some more pictures. And that's it. Okay, so kind of bring everything to the forefront here. So there it is, the limited edition for Trails Through Daybreak 1. I got this off of eBay. So you can pretty much pick up your copy from there if you want this set, or if you just want the regular game, you can just go on Amazon. But here is the limited edition and everything it comes with. So, as always, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you next time.